Hello, seniors. This is Mr. Swain in the counseling office, and going to take a few moments this morning to hit on some key items of things that you should be doing now that it's the fall of your senior year and we are hitting the busy application time. Want to make sure that you know how to do everything that you're supposed to be doing in Naviance and review some key items. All right, so if you could, right now, go ahead and take out your device and get logged on to your Naviance account. Everybody should know how to log in. Your username is an email address, and then your password should be something that you had set up as well. All right, so get logged on to your Naviance account, and you can follow along as I'm showing you some of the key points. Before I jump into specific instructions on how to use Naviance, just a couple of quick reminders for seniors. Number one, if you haven't signed up or taken the SAT or the ACT, please do so. For the ACT, you have a test date coming up in October 28th, and you can still sign up on the ACT website for that testing date. October the 7th and November the 4th are the two SAT dates that are coming up in the near future. So if you want to try to improve a score on the SAT or the ACT for college admissions, or maybe you're looking to try to improve a score for scholarship consideration, those are some of the test dates that are coming up. You should be creating or finalizing your resume. Teachers and counselors use resumes to help them write a better letter of recommendation. It also could help you as you summarize your activities for college applications and scholarships. Definitely you should be working on those applications to two-year schools, to trade schools, or four-year colleges. You should be requesting your transcripts in Naviance. I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to be talking to your teachers and other adults in person about writing letters of recommendation. Definitely should communicate that face-to-face and ask your teachers if they're willing to write you a letter recommendation. And then after that, after they give you permission or say that they're willing to or able to, then you can go in and request it in Naviance. Definitely give your teachers plenty of notice before you request a recommendation. They need at least 2 weeks, if not 3, to write that letter and get it to you. They're very busy people, and a lot of times they're writing multiple letters of recommendation. So make sure you're not asking them 1 or 2 days before the application's due. Definitely visit a college campus, if not multiple. Would encourage students to take their 2 days or 14 class periods to visit a campus. Every student is allotted that amount, and I think it's important that you guys get on campus and check out the schools, especially before you sign up to actually attend that specific school. Also would encourage you to start looking at scholarship applications, and actually later this this semester, we are going to provide some more information on how to seek out scholarships. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through some specific instructions, and I'm going to show you how to do these specific things in Naviance. I'm going to show you how to request a transcript, how to indicate what type of application you're using, if you're using the Common App or if you're applying directly to the schools on their own application. We're going to show you how to match your Common App to your Naviance account. I know I've helped several of my own students with this. I know it can be a little bit tricky, but the Common App and Naviance have to talk to each other, and you match that in Naviance. We're going to make sure that you know how to use that resume tool, and then finally request any teacher recommendation letters. All right, so I'm going to pull up my own Naviance account that I've created to help us walk through these items. All right, so this is what your Naviance account looks like when you log in. It does look a little bit different this year. It's blue, and those tabs are no longer across the top. You got the home button here, colleges, careers, and about me. We're going to work under the colleges section here at first, and again we're going to walk through how to request your transcripts. All right, so let's say I've applied to a couple of schools and I'm ready to tell my counselor that I've applied to those schools. Naviance is the only way that we know that you want your transcripts to go to the college. If you send an email to your counselor and say, hey, I applied to IU, they're going to ask you to log on and go to this screen and add the request in your Naviance account, because that's how we need to send it. You need to request it first before they're able to send it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on this plus button over here. I know it doesn't say it, and it's maybe not clear or obvious that that's how you do this, but we need to add a college here under colleges I'm applying to. So I'm going to click on the plus button, and it's going to ask me which school am I applying to. Well, I filled out an application at Indiana University in Bloomington. Okay, so I've added it, and then it's going to say, what type of an application are you completing? Well, I'm completing a regular decision application. There is something called early decision and early action, and if you need more information about those and whether or not you should select those, definitely talk with your counselor. Most students are applying to colleges via regular decision. Early decision and early action have some other implications. Early decision is for students that are really sure about one school they really know that they want to go to. And early action is for students who want to find out maybe a little bit earlier before other students find out whether or not they've been admitted. Regular decision is what I'm going to select for IU, and then it's going to ask me, how are you applying? Are you using the Common App, or are you applying directly to the school? And IU has that option. You can apply straight to IU on their own application, or you can use the Common application. I'm going to say that I'm using the Common App, and I'm going to tell my counselor, hey, I've submitted this application. I'm done. And I just need you to send my transcript and the counselor form. So I'm going to add that. And then it's going to say, hey, is this an initial transcript? In other words, does this have my junior grades on it? Or is this the final transcript? And since it's in the fall of your senior year, it's just the initial transcript. But in the spring, before school gets out, I'm going to request a final transcript that I'm going to ask my counselor to send my final transcript to the college that I'm going to. But right now I'm just applying to this school, so I'm going to request and finish. And there we go. So you can see on the screen here that I've added IU, I'm applying regular decision, and some other information on there. And that I've told my counselor that I'm using the Common application. All right? And I can go in and I can add other schools. All right? So that's how that process works. The other thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you match your Common Application account to your Naviance account. You simply click on Match Accounts and then type in your email address and your birth date that you use to create your Common App. All right? That's important. We can't send any records until you do that. And if something else that's pretty common that students, when they get into this process, sometimes they forget to do, is they have to sign the Common App FERPA waiver. All right, and if you click on this, there's a little link that takes you there to the Common App so you can sign that. If you have questions, definitely see your counselor. They can help you with this process. But until you match Common App and Naviance, we can't send that information. All right, so we've reviewed how to add a college and request a transcript. We've reviewed how to indicate whether or not it's a Common App or I'm applying directly to the school, and then how to match our Common application. All right, if we scroll down a little bit further, you can see that once you decide which school you're attending, you can tell us that. Most of you for right now are not going to put anything because you're not sure what school you're going to actually go to. And really, we wouldn't want you to fill that in until you have been accepted or are for sure where you want to go. All right, one more thing I want to show you on this screen is how to ask for a letter of recommendation. Again, you should definitely talk to your teachers first in person before you request a letter of recommendation. After you've spoken with them or had conversation with them, you can add the request. It's going to ask you which teacher. All right, so I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to select a teacher, and you can tell them, do I want specific colleges or all of my current colleges? And then I can give my teacher a little note to give them any more information you might need. All right. And then you hit submit, and then that should generate the request for the teacher to be able to go in and fill out that letter for you. All right. Another tool that can be really powerful in helping students with some of the college applications and some of the other information, especially letters of recommendation, is the resume builder. All right, it's under the About Me section, and basically it walks you through this process. You've got the objective, the summary, work experience, and education information, and it's just a nice, easy way to walk you through creating a resume. So I encourage each one of you to do that and just click through the different portions that are in there and fill in that information. All right. Then once you've submitted that or completed that process, your teachers and your counselors can view that resume. We can see the notes. We can see the experiences that you've had, the leadership positions that you've had, and really write you a much more informative and better letter of recommendation. So if you haven't done so, please get in there and start that process and add that information. All right, those are the main points that I wanted to show you how to do. Obviously didn't have time to go into great detail, but wanted to quickly review those. All right, we should have some time here left over during your SMART period, and I want you to spend the rest of the SMART period today working on a couple items: requesting those transcripts, signing the FERPA waiver, matching your Common Application to your Naviance account, definitely creating that resume. Walk through that process, take your time, come up with a comprehensive list of your leadership activities, your extracurriculars, and then finally, spend the rest of the time working on your Common Application if you haven't already done so. All right, guys, thanks for taking the time to listen to this video. If you have any questions or get stuck with any of these items, definitely reach out to your counselor and shoot us an email or stop by the office. All right, have a great day. Thank you.